friends, it's Sherry from Turquoise Dreaming. How you doing today? Welcome to my channel and thank you for joining me. I am here working on my cookbook journals and using my Happy Mail that I received. If you saw my last video, I received 2 Happy Mails just in time for Thrifty Tuesday, and it satisfied my thrifting itch I was getting last weekend. So thank you again, ladies, that sent me Happy Mail. So I'll show you what I did with a couple of the things. It was Sherry Smear from Studio 28E and Jovi with Creating with Jovi. And Jovi had sent me a card, you know, like a personal card that she made. And I said I might do something with it. So I hope you don't mind, Jovi. But I made out of the front, you know, front flap of the card, I made, this was the card like this together. And so I thought, wow, that's very convenient. I can cut that right in half. You know, here's the back. It was a card. And so I made them into a journaling card and a tag. So here's the one half of it. And it had this cute little teacup and a tea bag and some flowers. It's very shabby chic. I love the scrapbook paper, Jovi. And, you know, the whole look of it's very shabby chic, but it also had, you know, the teacup and tea bag, which I thought would be perfect to go into one of my cookbook journals. So I did that with one half. You can see I cut it into a tag shape and put some baker's twine on there. And then the other half I made into a journaling card. It had a teapot on it, and I rounded the corners. I did distress both of them. If you can see the brown around the edges, and I distressed the actual pieces on here too. And I think that is everything I did to them. So they came out really cute. So those are being added to my ephemera pile right in back of me for my cookbook journals. And then Sherry had sent me some of these recipe cards, and I was determined to use them right away because I have a bunch already. Not exactly like this, but you know what I mean. I have some that I don't want to. And this, you know, I didn't have to get mine out, and I didn't have to put these away. So it all came out great. And so these 2, I think I'm going to try to use in this little cookbook journal right here as pages. What I did, they were, you know, long, and let's see, these were both vertical. But what I did was fold the ends over and sew them down to make pockets. So these are going to be like pocket pages in that little binder recipe cookbook. And then the rest of them, I had to trim them down a little bit, but I made them into journaling cards. So like these 2, I cut one in half and sewed on some of Jovi. I believe she's the one that sent me. If I'm wrong, I apologize, but I'm trying to keep straight what everybody, you know, the 2 ladies sent me. But I think Jovi sent me this address book paper. Or no, it's actually like from a planner. I said address book the other night too, but I think it's from like a planner. It just has dates on here. That's why I keep saying address book. And, you know, lots of lines and things, but it's not an address book. It's like a planner for a parent or a teacher or something. So anyway, I took some of these and I cut them in. This one I cut in half and cut it down a little bit to fit on the back of this recipe card. This was one. See, I cut it in half and trimmed it down a little bit, and then sewed on a couple pieces of that, one of those pages on the back as journaling space, because I like the nice lines on those papers. So that's 2, you know, that was one more. And then the other 2, there was 2 more. Let's see, there's 2 more. I sewed them into the other 2 cookbooks. But these 2 I also made into journaling cards. I just had to trim them down a little bit so that I could make sure they fit in my pockets in my cookbook journals. And then I also sewed some of that paper on the back here, as you can see. So those came out really cute. So I was just, you know, I actually was going to make them all into pockets, and I sat down on my sewing machine and I said, I want to do some journaling cards. So that's what I did. Plus I wanted to use up some of this paper, so I did. So right now I thought, well, first of all, before I get to my cookbook journal, we'll work on that in a second. But I was sitting here with my envelope punch board, also using some of my little, you know, cutoffs from the papers I used in my cookbook journals, and I made this little file folder. So that's going to go in one of my my cookbook journals. So put that to the side. But I was going to show you what I did real quick. You can just use any size scrap. I thought I'd make a few more here. You know, just pull out any size cutoff you want or you have. And all I did is fold it up and left a little bit on the top here. You see how I have a little extra here? And I folded it in half. I mean, it's probably, if you want measurements, this part that I folded up isn't really important because that can be any size, any width, okay? This part up here, let's see. This one was about, let's see, I'd say 1/2 inch. So let's see what I folded this one at. This one's just over 1/2 inch right now. You can see that. Let me show you. Okay, so then all you do to get your file folder from this, if you have an envelope punch board, that is, just, if you've never done this before, you just put your little side and corner here right into the middle of your opening. You know, you've got this little opening right here. Put it right in the middle. There's kind of, I mean, you can see it's pretty obvious where the middle of that little opening is. Okay, so you've got it in the middle of that opening, and then you just punch. Let me get positioned on my stool here. You just punch, and you've got the first part of your little tab that you're going to have. And then I went over to, this is 1 inch right here, 2 inch, 3 inch. I went over 1 3/4 inches. So just go over, you punched here. Now you're going to move it over to 1 3/4 inches, right, which is right there. Line it up and then just punch again. Okay, there you've got your tab. And then you just cut this piece off, and I just do it with scissors. You can do it with a paper cutter if you want, but this is just a small little piece of paper. You know, you're just going to basically snip it off. And what you want to do is just make sure you try to cut it straight, which is sometimes harder than it might look, but because sometimes I have to like try a couple times before I get it straight. But I'm just going to see if I can get it straight right now. I'm just aiming for that curve. I'm aiming my line right for that curve. Okay, let's see if I can get it straight. You know, it is hard to cut a straight line. It truly is. So let's see how I do. Okay, I think that's pretty straight. I might cut a little, you know, it's straight right up here. I think I've got a little bit of an aim up. So I'm going to cut a little sliver off this side just to try to make it a little straighter. This is what I do every time, so no biggie. Okay, so you basically have your file folder, and then what I like to do is just use my, you know, you can use your corner rounder if you have a separate one, or your, you know, this one fits on here too, the corner rounder in the paper cutter, and just round all your corners here. Not this one, but all the rest. Let me see if I can get a nice round corner there. And it really looks like a little file folder. It's so cute. I love making these. And these are cardstock, so they're nice and sturdy, and they can be pockets or journaling spots or just fun little things to tuck in a pocket, whatever you want them to be. So there's 2. And I was going to go ahead and try to make one out of, I want to make, oh yeah, the yellow gingham. Let's see how many I can get from this. Maybe only, or it's actually red gingham. I think I said yellow gingham because I'm looking at this yellow right here. But yeah, I think I can only get 1 out of here. So let me go ahead and I'll make the rest into a tag or something. But again, just folding it up, getting it all squared and even here before I cut. Then again, the 1/2 inch. And I'm not really, you know, once you get that 1/2 inch in your head, you can kind of just cut. Unless you need to measure, you can measure if you want. Nothing, no shame in measuring. Okay, so then I'm going to cut. And there we go. And I'm going to punch. And punch. 3/4 inch. There we go. And if you want your you know, like you can see how big my tab is if you want it. I wouldn't get much smaller than that because then it doesn't look like a tab. It just looks like a little round thing. But if you want it wider than this, just, you know, I put it at 3/4 of an inch. Just move it over like to the next measurement is 7/8 or 2 inches. You know, just however big you want your tab. You just, you know, move it over according to how big you want your tab. You know, it's really easy, so no big deal. Okay, did I get that one straight? I think I need another sliver off, of course. That's how I roll, right? There, that looks better. Okay, and now we're going to round our corners. It just looks more like a file folder to me with the corners rounded. Looks more finished and complete. Here we go. And this one's bigger. See, these two are smaller because I had a smaller cutoff. This one's bigger, but it doesn't matter. I'm just using my cutoffs, and they're all pretty and ready for my cookbook journal. And this one is white inside. You know, this was one-sided, so this is a great journaling card right there. So those are ready. I'm going to stick those in back of me. So let's see, I think I showed you everything I did so far with my Happy Mail. So let's well, you know what, let me show you one more thing because it's really cool. Very, very cool, very, very fun. I put in both of the cookbook journals that are made from, the ones that I'm making from cookbooks, not the binder, because I had more, you know, bigger pages in here. So I put in here one of the recipe cards that I just showed you that I made into journaling cards. I put one in here as a pocket. It's really cool. Right here on this page, I haven't sewn in the pages yet, as you can see. This is why, because I might want to sew something in, but yeah, I just took one here. This is a whole one. I didn't have to cut this one down. And I poked a little half circle in it for, you know, getting in and out. And I sewed it on. I did, since you're going to see the stitching from this side, I did a little decorative stitching. I don't know if you can see it. Let me hold it up right here. This side is decorative as far as not just zigzag or straight. I just wanted it to be pretty, you know, the stitching that you're going to see on the other side of the paper. So then I just stitched here with zigzag, the more decorative here, and then zigzag again. Just this decorative stitching, if you can see how wide it is, it usually takes up more room. So that's why I kind of like, I didn't want to go way over to the side of the paper. I wanted to stay on the recipe card here on the edges. So I just use zigzag there, and I think zigzag's pretty too. So anyway, I just used that. But that's the thing I did with both the journals, the cookbook journals that are made out of actual cookbooks. I did that in each of those. So let me get my little pieces here. Okay, now these I want to put, I thought we could do it together. Do I have my hole punch? I have this hole punch. I think I have my other hole punch here, or I did. Hold on. Yeah, here it is. This one here I've been using for the holes to punch for this little recipe binder. So it's going to look, I haven't added, since the last time we worked on this, I haven't added any more pages yet. So I thought we could do that tonight, add a few pages. So like these are going to be little pages with pockets. So let's see where, I mean, we can put them anywhere. Let's put one, let's see how many pages I have in here so far. Let's put one right here. I have a pocket here. Let's see where my next pocket is. A pocket here. Pocket there. Okay, so I'm going to have a lot of pockets in here, but that's fun, right? So let's just put one right here. And I will use, let's see what I want to use for my pattern. I want to use one of the original. Let's see, do I have any of those right here? I think I do. Okay. Yeah, I don't have to take that one out. Here's one of the original pages. So I'll put this back. And I'll use this as my template for the holes. And just kind of center that right over the holes. Get it right down to where it goes into the book, all even. And punch some holes. I'm trying to think now. See, now I think I was using my crocodile because I can see this hole's a little bit bigger. No, I don't know. I'm going to try this one and see how it goes. I don't remember if I was using my crocodile or this hole punch now. I should look back at my video because I know I did it on camera, right? Okay, let me just punch one to see how it goes through. Yeah, that's a little, I mean, it makes a nice hole, but it is making it a little bigger. Let me try my crocodile. I have it right here. Let's see if that was the size I wanted. This is the big hole in the crocodile. Oh yeah, I think I was using this because I said I could see through the hole here and see where I was punching. Yes, now it's coming back to me. Okay, yeah, that when I put it up there, I was like, oh yeah, I was looking through the hole to see where to punch. All right, so that's working good. And that's fine. Either one would work, but this is just, I remember now I was using this, my crocodile. All right, let's see how it looks. That was an extra page. This is going to be the new little pocket page. That's going to look like this. Isn't it cute? Let's see how it turns. So fun, right? Awesome. It looks adorable. Okay, awesome. And I can put something on here if I want to decorate some more, or leave it for whoever gets this little journal to decorate. I might just do that. So let's see, we got one more here for this because I made two and they're going in here. They won't go into the other one because they're different binding. So let's go ahead and punch these holes real quick. So I hope everyone had a great day. I just kind of dove right in, didn't I? I didn't say, how is everybody doing? But kind of was anxious to get going here. Came home and had a mess from the Happy Meal. Kind of everything was spread out here. And I said, well, I either got to put it away or use it. So I did both, actually. I used some and put some away. Like all the envelopes that Sherry sent me, I put away. And then I actually took the papers. If you look back at that video, if you haven't seen it, or if you remember if you have seen it, Sherry sent me some papers, like scrapbook papers, and some that she had glued onto another piece of paper, trying to use them up, I think. And so I took most of those. All of them wouldn't fit in my coffee dyeing area where I dry my papers. But most of them I was able to get on there, on that surface. And so those are being coffee dyed right now as we speak. Let's see where we're going to put this one. I want to put this one toward the back because that one's toward the front. So yeah, we don't have that many pockets back here, so we have that pocket, little pocket there. So let's put it like right here. But yeah, those are being coffee dyed right now. And what else did I put away? I made this one a little tight, it seems. Let's see. Let me see my holes. I punched them right. This one needs a little bit of room here. I'm going to use the big hole punch. Let's see, where did it go now? Here it is. I need a little bit more room down here, so I'm going to use this big hole punch to make this hole bigger. See if that does the trick. Yeah, that should do it. Let me see. But everything else I put away pretty much, and well, that is weird. Why isn't it fitting on there? I used the template from the, something is not right. Oh, the phone. Let me see what's going on here. So weird. It's not fitting on there. Okay, I don't know. Maybe I'll just, well, this has to be down farther for it to fit is the problem. Okay. Huh. Okay, maybe I'll punch it from this side where the actual pages from the other, from this, you know, recipe book. And see, that's telling me, yeah. See, I need more space right here. See how that's up. So I'm going to punch that again. It's going to be a big hole, but if I have to, I'll put a reinforcement on it, but it probably will be all right. This is strong, you know. This is what we're putting in, so this is very thick, so it should be fine. Yeah, that's better. That's what I needed to do. I needed to turn it over so I could see these holes instead of the holes. I mean, those holes were matching up, but they weren't. This was farther down, a little farther down. So there we go. Fix that problem. Now the other pages I was going to put in is some of these pages that Sherry sent me. Neat little, you know, the little teacher or parent planner book. So I think at least one of these. I don't have room for a lot of pages. That's why I'm hesitating in this book. I have these green papers that Jovi sent me. I thought I'd put some of those in there. Those are pretty. And they will look pretty in here. Some nice color. So, and then that way I'm using up more of my Happy Mail. I don't have to put it away. So let's see how these are going to fit. And we can punch both of these holes at the same time. So let's see. They are not too wide, so the width is good. But I will need to punch the holes again. So this time I'm going to do what I should have probably done last time. And okay, I'm going to center this paper on the holes and then punch on this side looking at the paper from this little cookbook binder. And that way I think I'll have my holes, and I'm using this again. I think I'll have my holes more in the right place. So let's try it. See if it works. Punching two at a time to save time, but I don't want to rush and get them in the wrong spot either, so it's a little bit hard to see because I'm punching, this is off-white and this is white, so it's like they are blending in. By the time I look through the holes, they are blending in, so it's hard to see where exactly where the hole is, but that's all right. I'll manage. I will manage. Okay, one more, Sherry. All right, now all my little pieces need to come off of there. I wish it would cut through better. That's the only thing. I don't know why it does that, but it does leave that little piece on there. And it's new, so I know it's not like because it's not sharp enough or something. I think it's just what it does, possibly. Okay. Let's see, so we're not going to put these together. Again, we'll put one toward the back, one toward the front. Let's see, we've got the pocket here. Let's put one right here so we get any more closer to the front. Oh yeah, that fits good. Okay, awesome. And then past the pocket, let's put one right. How about right here? I still want to decorate this possibly, but I don't want to decorate too much. I want to leave decorating for the person that gets it, you know what I mean? So it's always a fine line for me anyway, because I want to leave plenty for the person that gets my journals to do. So I don't want to get carried away with decorating. Okay, those two are in there. Now these, what do I have here? 1, 2, 3 pieces of paper. And these are thinner, so they won't take up. Let me see if they're actually long enough here too. I might have to, you know, what I think I'm going to do is put it this way, even though I'll have to cut a little bit off the bottom because, and out the sides, because I want, and then the lines will be, you know, this way. But this way, I don't want the, well, by the time I punch a hole, it could be a little delicate here and get torn. So I think this way will be better. So that's all right. So we need to cut a little sliver off the side here to fit the width. So a little bit off the side, just a little bit, like 1/4 of an inch or less. I think we'll do it. Cutting all 3 pages at the same time. I just don't want it to rip in the wrong way. That's why I did it so slow with this little paper cutter. Okay, so that's good on the width. Now the length. We'll cut that little piece off the bottom here. And then we'll have some pretty green pages in here, which will be awesome to write on or do whatever, write recipes on or journal on. I'm trying to make these so they can be either or, recipes or just a journal, you know. They can be used for either one or both. Okay, so that's all we cut off. So I think that's good now. Let's put some holes in here, put them in the journal and see where we're at with time. All right, so I'm using my crocodile again. The big hole. And this I can see the green through the hole, so this will be easier to cut, right? Easier to punch. Hopefully, right? Oh gosh. I'm going to see if I can go slower on the punch and see if I can make it go through better. All right, I want to see if it'll actually... I'm squeezing hard. Still left it on there. Okay, I guess there's nothing I can do then. I wonder if I go faster. Nope. Still on there. I'm cutting over. I'm kind of holding it up here because I'm cutting my, waiting for my scraps to fall, but nothing's falling. It's just sticking on there. So yeah, I was just going like, well, if I go slow, will it fall off, the little pieces inside? Or if I go fast, will it fall off? No, neither one worked. See, watch, this is fast. Squeeze hard. Still on there. So see, they're all still on there, so I gotta pull them all off. That's the only, I think that's the only thing I don't appreciate about the crocodile. If it would just punch those little holes out, it would be nice. I don't know why it does that. It's a hole punch. Why does it punch out one part and not the other? I don't know, but I mean, it's okay like this, so you know it works, so just deal with it, I guess, right? Okay, so we don't want to put these all in the same spot, so let's divvy them out throughout. So we put our little new page here with the pocket, so let's go 1 over, here's our address book page, or I'm determined to call it an address book page. Planner page. Okay, we're going to put one here. Did it work? Yep, the holes are good. Okay, see how it turns. Yes, does it turn good? Yes, okay. Yeah, let's go over a couple more and put another one in, right? See how many more pages we have. Let's start at the back, actually. I like to just go back and forth so I don't get everything in the same spot. Let's put one right here at the back. And then after this video, I'll figure out if I can fit any more pages in here, you know. And then this one will be, I know I don't have to bind it, so this one will be pretty much done. Except for a little decorating maybe, after I put all the ephemera in here, which I've already got ready. A little more decorating. And this one will be done. Let's see. We've got one more green page. Let's put, see, the other one is way up here. This looks like a good spot for it right here. And of course, whenever somebody gets this journal, they can put the pages wherever they want. Take them out, put them in, move them around. So, okay. I have to be careful because by the time I get ephemera in here, it's going to be quite thick. So I might put the ephemera in here, decorate. See, I've got all these divider pages that can be decorated. Let's see what else is back here. Here's I'll probably leave this one plain. And see, I've got 1, 2, is that it? 3, and I decorated one up here, decorated this one. I've got 3 more divider pages that can be decorated, so maybe I'll decorate one, like leave one blank, decorate one, leave one blank, and then I'll put things in here for the person that gets this journal to decorate with, you know, because I decorated with this one with little pieces from my other cookbooks that I'm using. So that might be a good idea, just to cut out some pieces or pages and include them from my other cookbook. My other cookbooks that I'm using, I'll include maybe just the pages, and then they can cut out, whoever gets this can cut out whatever they want. Yes, I think that's an awesome idea. Okay. I'm settling this in my mind right now, so get all my pieces here. But let's see, we are at, gosh, it's hard to see. Can you see me leaning over? I think we're at about 30 minutes or so, 31 minutes. So I'm going to end it there so this video doesn't get too long. Hope you enjoyed it. I wanted to do more. My plan is to, let's see, I showed you everything in my plan. Here's everything else right here that I have from Jovi and Sheree that I had piled here to do something with. Some pictures from Jovi. I'm going to do something with these right now off camera, I guess, or maybe I'll make another video for another day. This is a paint chip. I'm going to do something with this. This I had out here for my recipe journals that I haven't done anything with yet. So that I'm going to do something with. These are from Jovi. I'm going to decorate these. This is from Jovi. I want to do something with this. It's a calendar, beautiful calendar page. And this is from Sheree, cupcakes. So I've got to do something with that. So I'm going to end this video, and then maybe the next day's video will be using up this stuff and finishing up my recipe journal. So see you then. Take care and happy crafting.